What is cracking, collectors? Collector Tyrant here again today, and today I'm going to do another Funko Pop review. Today we've got the Austin Powers Pops here, sort of going on the theme of last week when I was doing the Mike Myers Wayne's World Pops. So once again we're doing some more Mike Myers stuff with the Austin Powers Pops here. I've got the whole set here, including the Austin Powers with the red velvet suit as well. So if you guys want to stick around and see what I rate these Funko Pops here, then stick around and we'll get into it. Alright guys, before we get into the video, I have, for those who don't know, a little segment on the pop culture, on the pops I'm talking about, if people don't know about the franchise, etc. You can skip ahead to the review if you wish. I'll leave a time on the top there if you guys want to skip ahead. But if you want to watch it, we're going to get right into that now. For those who don't know. Austin Powers. Austin Powers is an American spy action comedy that came out in 1997, written by Mike Myers. Also with two sequels, Austin Powers and the Spy Who Shagged Me and Goldmember, being released in 1999 and 2002. The film is a parody of the famous James Bond 007 franchise. While James Bond is portrayed as an attractive and mysterious man, Austin Powers is the opposite, sporting large glasses and awful teeth, yet both men are irresistible to women. The three films also base characters from James Bond as parodies, with Dr. Evil being based off Ernest Bulfield and Goldmember being based off Ulrich Goldfinger. And the list goes on. The plot is based around the protagonist Austin Powers, a British spy who tries to stop his nemesis and the film's antagonist, Dr. Evil, from taking over the world. Austin, a randy swinger from the 60s, is cryogenically frozen after Dr. Evil had also preserved himself in the same method.
It's frickin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
30 years later in 1997, Dr. Evil returns.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
To counter this, the British Ministry of Defense unfreezes Austin.
You're in the Ministry of Defense. You've been cryogenically frozen for 30 years.
Pairing him with an agent, Vanessa Kensington, who was also the daughter of Austin Powers' original partner. As the story goes on, Dr. Evil plans to drill a nuclear warhead into the Earth's core, triggering natural disasters. If a large sum of money
$100 billion
is received by world leaders.
It seems we have no choice to pay your ransom.
You have my instructions. Bye-bye.
Austin and Vanessa then must infiltrate Dr. Evil's secret headquarters and stop the evil mastermind's plans of world domination and destruction. Austin Powers was quite a successful comedy of its time, with the second film being one of my personal favorites, and with a fourth film rumored to focus more around Dr. Evil, possibly peeking around the corner.
Will we be blessed with a fourth Austin Powers movie?
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence or non-existence of a movie. It's looking good. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
Austin Powers fans' anticipation runs high, and as a fan myself, I eagerly wait to see what Mike Myers has in store for us. Alright guys, so we've got four pops here. I'm going to start with Vanessa first, and then we're going to work my way through to my favourite one, which is Dr. Evil. We're just going to take a look at the box here. We've got this pink swirl effect going on the sides there. And on the back with all the characters, we have this sort of like, I don't know, it reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants a bit. It's a very 60s sort of vibe going on, I guess. They had a lot of colours back in that era. We're going to get this girl outside of her box and have a look at the pop itself. Alright guys, so here's Vanessa. This is sort of like Austin Powers' sidekick, I guess. She sort of comes into the film after he gets unfrozen. And she is actually the daughter of Austin Powers' original partner, Mrs. Kensington, I think it was. But anyway guys, enough about that. We're going to talk about the features on this pop. The hair's been well designed here. I reckon they've done a really good job on that. On the sculpt there, sort of flows down past the shoulders. Alright, so she's got this really shiny dress showing off her figure there. Obviously in the movie it's a lot better guys. This is just a piece of plastic, but you know what I mean. She's also got the boots to match as well. So not a bad pop, this one. It's not really that interesting to me. I'm not really into these type of pops, I guess. But yeah guys, we're going to move on to a head test and that. Alright guys, so we're going to do a head test for Vanessa here, and her head is nice and stiff and it will turn all the way around for you guys if you want to keep her outside the box. Alright guys, stand up test for Vanessa here, and she will stand up perfectly fine. She comes with a base, so that's really good. So it's good to receive a base for this one, because sometimes with the female characters or the more slender characters, I have actually received no bases for them to stand up on. So this one will stand up perfectly fine for you on her base. Alright guys, so we got Austin Powers himself here.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
We've got two different versions of Austin Powers, the one in the red, the one in the blue. Originally I thought this was a chase one. When I saw it, I'd actually see the bottom half here, and I thought this guy was actually rare. He's just basically another version of Austin Powers. But we're going to take these guys out and have a look at both of them, because they're basically identical, and there's not much difference between the two except for the colours. So let's get into that right now. Alright guys, so we're going to start with the blue Austin Powers first. Now, everyone knows I'm not a fan of human generic characters, but you know, this is Austin Powers. I'm a big fan of Austin Powers. But yeah, not a bad design pop, I guess, for human pop. The hair's very scraggy. That's sort of the hair he has in the film as well. I've already noticed something really bad on the pop there, but we'll get onto that soon. We're just going to go over the features before I start going over the bad stuff, I guess. Also, we've got this little birthmark here. I think it's a birthmark or a mole. He has that in the film too. He's got this thing on the side of his face.
Whoa!
He's wearing those glasses that he wears in the film too. They're not too big, but you know, they do look kind of nerdy. As I said guys, he's wearing a suit and he's got this sort of, I can't remember what they're called, like frills I guess, I don't know. I can't remember the actual name for that, but it's like a real 60s style sort of thing where they had like the frilly sort of things come off the cuff back in the day. A lot of bands from those days like the Beatles used to wear that sort of stuff. Got some creases going on in the clothing there to make it look a bit more realistic, I guess. He's doing that sort of pose, that sort of, you know, I don't know, he sort of does all sorts of poses in the movie, but he's doing that same sort of pose there, as you can see with the fingers. If you look at it, you're going to know it's Austin Powers, so that's pretty good. Now, there's a couple problems I already picked out on this pop already. I don't know if you can see up there, but you can see some overspray on the glasses. Right there. Also, I reckon the hands haven't been molded that nicely. You can see sort of the mold lines on the actual, you know, where they've cast the pop. And, you know, I don't like that sort of stuff. You can probably see the line there a bit better in the light. But the biggest thing I noticed I don't like about this is straight from the factory, I've only just opened this pop up and we've already got like scuff marks on the paint. And on the back here, you can really see that there, that the paint's actually rubbed off the hair here. So they actually haven't sealed the paint job that well. And I also noticed some overspray here too, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video a bit more. Alright guys, head test for Austin Powers here, and he has a nice stiff head too. And it will do the full articulation if you wanted to pose him any way you wish, I guess, outside the box. He'll do that for you too. Alright guys, so let's do the blue Austin Powers stand-up test. And it does have a base there, but you might want to move it to the center a bit more because it gives it a bit more stability there. But he will stand up for you guys on a base. You know, he's got that crooked leg there, that sort of swinging leg, I guess. He's sort of dancing, so he does need it. But he will stand up perfectly fine for you guys if you guys want to display this guy outside the box. But that is the blue version of Austin Powers. So we're going to move on to the red version, and hopefully he's a little bit different when it comes to the quality of the finish. Alright guys, so basically identical to the last one except for the color. I've already gone over the details on this one. And yeah, so it's basically the same mold or sculpt, I guess. And it's basically just red and blue, that's the difference. And also just noticing that now, this one has similar problems. Like you can see the paint has been scraped off the back of the hair here. I'm just going to check the top. Doesn't seem to be too much going on the top there, that's alright. Haven't got much overspray on the glasses here, so that's alright. With the eye there seems to be paint scraped off the eye as well. So that's not too good. As I say guys, the same problem applies with this one with the mold lines. Very dirty, you know, not very well cleaned. So that's a disappointing thing guys. I'm not too happy about that, to be honest. You know, this is a product we pay for and stuff, and you expect top quality. If I was running something like Funko, I'd definitely like sort of fix this problem here. It just looks very untidy, if that makes sense. Both these pops casts were not that great, and given that they are the same, I'm guessing that could be a problem all around with the Austin Powers pops and stuff like that. So yeah guys, not too good. Alright guys, so we're going to do the head test for Austin Powers, the red version. And his head is actually stiffer, but it will do the same thing as the blue Austin Powers if you want to take it outside the box and pose it. Alright guys, so second stand-up test for the Austin Powers, the second Austin Powers. And basically the same design, so they do the same job here guys. He'll stand up on his base, basically the same as the other one. which is sort of a no-brainer, I guess. Alright guys, hopefully this Dr. Evil Pop can turn it around for me, because I left the best to last, guys. Dr. Evil is my favourite character in this franchise, and I do believe that they might be making a new movie just on Dr. Evil's side of the story, which is really good, because I honestly think that Dr. Evil himself could have made the movie, and I think he actually does. He's a fan favourite. The movie's called Austin Powers, but everyone watches it for Dr. Evil, I think. Dr. Evil is the best character, the most funniest character in the show. So, alright guys, so we're gonna get inside this pop right now and show you guys the details. Alright guys, so here you have Dr. Evil, the evil mastermind in Austin Powers. The one that, I don't know, he's very funny. He's a very funny character. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. You'll laugh about this guy. He's got some really good bits in the movie. I really like this one. This is one that stood out for me when I was looking at the collection inside the shop. And pretty much the only reason I bought the collection is for this guy, really, because I wanted to do a Funko Pop review on Dr. Evil, to be quite honest. I really like what they've done with the eye, how they slanted his eye there. They sort of made it a bit lazy, I guess, and it's got the scar running down the face here, which Dr. Evil has in the show. So yeah, guys, really original pop. It definitely looks like Dr. Evil. It stands out from other human type characters, I guess. Doing his signature hand gesture, which he sort of puts his pinky up to his lip whenever he's pondering about certain things or he's just said something funny. And I really like that. That's a really, really iconic pose for Dr. Evil. I really like how they've done the clothes here too. Nothing too bright, which is good because he's an evil character, and you know, he wears that sort of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's a weird sort of suit. If anyone knows the name of it, let me know in the comments. Yeah, guys, it's a really cool suit that he wears. He's got these really cool loafers as well. These white loafers he wears in the movie. I think that's what you call them, loafers. But the one thing that stands out for me, which I really, really love about this Funko Pop, is the Mr. Bigglesworth, his cat. He has this cat in the show, and he has this really strong relationship with his cat. It's almost like his baby.
Din din. I want chicken, I want liver, meow mix, please deliver.
But yeah, guys, I love that little feature with the cat there. That's really awesome. Really awesome pop, this one. I really like this one. Definitely my favorite pop out of this range. Alright guys, let's do Dr. Evil's test here. Head test, and nice and stiff, so you will be able to pose him if you wish, if you want to take it outside the box. Does the whole 360 for you. Tons of articulation on the head. So yeah guys, really good pop, this one. Really epic. Alright guys, so Dr. Evil has no base, but he will stand up perfectly fine on 2 feet there. Nice solid feet. And yeah guys, tons of balance there actually. You know, just placing him down like that. So if you guys want to put him outside the box, he will be posed for you and he will stand up for you as well. Alright guys, I think it's time to move on to my rating now. And what I'm going to rate this set of Funko Pops. Alright guys, so now it's time for the rating, and you guys should know by now how I rate these, but I'll say it again for people who don't know, who have just stumbled across the video. Basically, I rate this out of 2 parts out of 5. That equals to 10. I go on my personal collection, how they came from the factory, I look for any defects, and then I rate Funko's efforts on the way they designed this Funko Pop range, I guess, for the franchise I'm talking about, and in this case, it's going to be Austin Powers. So we've got some decent pops here, guys. They're sculpted very nice. They're reminiscent of the actual characters from the show, but there is some problems already. I've already talked about the Austin Powers pops. As I said, guys, there's tons of like, this came straight from the box. You already got like marks there. I don't know what it is about characters with glasses, but they just have tons of overspray on them lately. The mold lines for both these pops here, because they're basically identical. To me, that's very sloppy. I don't like the look of that. You know, you're paying money for this. I pay $18 for these things, you know. As you can see there, even on this one here, you can see the lines, like the mold lines, when the thing gets cast and injected with plastic and stuff. Maybe I'm being a bit too strict there, maybe, but to be honest, guys, I build a lot of Gunpla and Warhammer, and the plastic sometimes has those mold lines on it. I have to cut it off because I want it to look clean for the finished product. So I'm kind of hoping that Funko Pop gets on that and fixes that problem, because, as I said, guys, you're paying money for these things, you want them to look decent. Alright, for my rating there, I'm going to have to give that a 2.5 because I wasn't happy with the quality of the finished product for these 2 pops here. The other 2 are really nice, really striking pops, nothing wrong with them really. So yeah guys, that's my rating for that, 2.5. So we're going to move on to the next bit now, and we're going to talk about Funko's efforts on the franchise. Alright guys, so we've got some decent pops here. I said that before. The sculpting on these aren't too bad. They look really good. They look like the characters from the show. The 2 Austin Powers pops, I like the 2 different variants you can get with the 2 different colors, because that's what he wears in the film. I don't know if there's any other Funko Pops of this range running about, but I'd really like to see a jumpsuit version of Austin Powers. There's some really good scenes with him wearing some different clothes I'd like to see. The Vanessa Pop, it's pretty generic. It's like, you know, it's not my favorite pop out of the range, and it's, you know, it looks like the character. I'd like to see more female characters from the show in the future. I'm hoping this will be popular enough so we can get a second wave, maybe even a third wave, who knows. That Dr. Evil pop, guys, that's the reason I picked this up. I saw Dr. Evil, I'm like, yes, I have to get this. Like, there's tons of detail on this pop, and for a generic human, as everyone knows, I'm not a massive fan of these. This one is definitely a good one. I just really like this one. It's really cool. I really like the scar on the face. And the way they made the eye sort of lazy, like it's been deformed, I guess. Alright, for that rating, I'm going to give it a 5, guys. A straight 5 for that. Because it is a really awesome franchise, and they've done a really good job for Funko's efforts there when it comes to designing these characters for the franchise that is Austin Powers. Alright, guys, so if you add those two together, that's going to be a 7.5 there. So not too bad. The product, the way it came out for the two Austin Powers pops it wasn't the best, guys. It really wasn't. That's what really let the set down, in my opinion. So that's about it, guys. Now I'm going to talk about a few more things here. I mentioned I want to see a second wave, some more characters. I reckon a Fat Bastard, like a 6-inch one maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's too big for the scale, but I would really like to see a Fat Bastard. And a Mini-Me too. Maybe they can make a second version of Dr. Evil with Mini-Me. There's been a few pops that have had that in the past where they come with a mini pop with the standard pop, if that makes sense. So that'd be a really cool thing if we got a little Mini-Me with a different version of Dr. Evil. Maybe they could wear white, because they do wear different costumes in the show as well. But anyway, guys, that's just my opinion. I really like this range here. As I said, I can't wait to see some more in the future. I'm pretty sure we will, because there might be a new movie coming out. But anyway, guys, moving on here. That's going to be my Funko Pop review for Austin Powers. So if you guys really enjoyed, drop a like, or if you liked it enough to stick around, maybe consider subscribing if you wish. But that is my Funko Pop review done for the day. So for all you collectors out there, keep on collecting, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, collect time out.